How to make friends in real life, 15 practical methods. Just so you know, the most Googled topic on my laptop is how to make friends. Google simply suggests reconnecting with your old friends, while WikiHow feels like a copy-paste version of Google, complete with questionable illustrations. Reddit comments suggest joining meetup websites that no one really uses in real life, or starting a cornhole club. Social media likely won't be of much help either. YouTube is the main reason people stay indoors to begin with, while TikTok is specifically designed to keep you entertained when you're alone. LinkedIn feels like a dystopian simulation. Facebook is full of people twice your age. Snapchat messages come from strangers, and Discord messages are from people you'd rather avoid. On Instagram, you send messages that no one responds to, and on Tinder, you set up dates that no one shows up for. This leaves only one real option for making friends: talking to people in real life. Fortunately, after years of failing miserably at it, I figured out how to succeed and came up with 15 different methods you can choose from based on your personality and what feels natural to you. Method 1. Filter out the boring people. It's often frustrating to spend weeks or months getting to know a group of people, only to realize your personalities aren't compatible. The solution: be your natural, controversial, and unfiltered self right from the start. This way, you can quickly weed out those who aren't a good match for you. You shouldn't force it, but if a slightly funny remark comes to mind or you have an unusual opinion, sometimes it's better to say it instead of holding back. If a few people respond positively, congratulations, you've just identified potential new friends. Method 2. Share a unique interest. If you've ever felt like the filler friend, the one people don't find particularly interesting or exciting, it's probably because they don't know enough about you. The solution: talk to people about your unique interests. You might think no one cares, but even if your passion is something niche like pressure washing driveways, it gives people something memorable about you. When introducing your interest, explain it in simple terms, avoiding jargon or overly complex details to ensure they can easily understand and engage. If you sense that the other person is bored, it's probably a good time to ask them about one of their interests. Method 3. Get out of your head. Have you ever been in a group setting where everyone's talking and you can't figure out when to jump in or what to say? You start thinking, I've been quiet for too long. What's everyone thinking about me? Do I seem awkward? What was that tip from that video with Jordan Peterson in the thumbnail? This is overthinking, also known as being stuck in your head. Overthinking happens when you get a thought, then analyze it, filter it, imagine yourself saying it, tweak it, approve it, and finally mumble it, only to find the conversation has already moved on. Being outside of your head means engaging with the conversation as it happens. Get a thought and just say it without overanalyzing. Even if you say something cringeworthy, treat it as practice, not failure. Method 4. Don't force it. Trying to force friendships with people who don't like you or with whom you have nothing in common creates pressure. Pressure leads to anxiety, which stops you from being your authentic self. If someone doesn't care about you or you're simply not compatible, it's not the end of the world. Be as kind as you can and move on. At this point, making friends becomes a numbers game. As long as you keep meeting and talking to new people, you'll eventually make new friends. Method 5. Be the main character. People who have the most friends are often those who initiate conversations the most. Start conversations with any opening line that comes to mind, assuming everyone wants to talk to you. But once you've initiated, don't make it all about yourself. Ask simple questions about their lives, listen attentively, and follow up with questions that show you were paying attention. This step is critical because, over time, as people feel comfortable with you, they'll start initiating conversations with you. Method 6. Be a side character. The book How to Win Friends and Influence People is one of the few social skills books that actually works. While some books try to teach you how to scientifically hack someone's brain, using things like a specific eye contact to look away ratio or a strategic shoulder touch, this book's core advice is simple. People are most interested in themselves. To make someone like you, make them feel important. Compliment them, use their name when you talk to them, greet them warmly when they walk in, remember details about them, and ask questions that show genuine interest in their life. Method 7. Be the transparent friend. One major obstacle to building a deeper connection is when both people stick to safe, polite conversations, and avoid sharing anything out of their comfort zones. If neither of you reveals deeper thoughts or emotions, it's hard to develop trust. Being open and authentic is key to forming meaningful friendships. Try to make your conversations more transparent, but that doesn't mean walking up to people and asking them about their deepest, darkest childhood regrets. Instead, a great starting point is something like, "Hey, do you want to hang out sometime?" This kind of transparency shows that you think the other person is cool, and it helps break down the barriers between you and someone you don't know well. Method 8. The injury update. People appreciate when you can empathize with their struggles and genuinely seem to care. The problem is that when you ask, "How are you?" most people default to answers like "good," or if they're feeling adventurous, "fine." To get past that surface level, ask directly if there's anything bothering them lately. They might have a physical injury they need to complain about, a situation that made them angry and they want to vent, or just a rough day where they need someone to listen. You don't need to play therapist, you just need to show you care. Method 9. The group chat. If you frequently meet new people but struggle to turn them into friends, this method is for you. The key is hanging out with them regularly, which requires a way to stay in contact. If you're ever in a group activity with 3 or 4 people and everyone seems to have had a good time, immediately suggest creating a group chat. Take the lead in proposing the idea and use the excuse that it'll help plan to do the same activity again soon. This way, you can easily get everyone's contact information. Even if the group chat eventually goes quiet, you'll still have a list of people you can reach out to whenever you want to hang out. Method 10. Do them a favor. It's often said that friendship is about 2 people providing value to each other. When meeting new people, use the conversation to figure out how you can be helpful to them. Maybe you're skilled in something they need assistance with, you share a common interest, or you're simply kind to them. If they reciprocate or show kindness in return, you've likely found a good potential friend. Method 11. Ask them for a favor. Here are a few examples of simple favors you can ask. Asterisk, could you tell me where this place is? Could you watch my stuff for a minute? Could you introduce me to this person? Asterisk, asking for a favor not only shows that you trust them, but also gives them an easy opportunity to be helpful and feel good about themselves. People generally like to feel useful. Just be careful not to overdo it. Constantly expecting favors without doing anything in return isn't friendship. It's networking. Method 12. Use a pickup line. This is a method I often use myself. When I'm in a group of strangers and need to start a conversation quickly, I come up with a simple question that everyone can answer and ask it to different people. It's an easy approach because you already know what to say, and each person's response can naturally lead to further conversation. From there, you can ask better questions about where they're from, who they know, and what they like to do, all because you had the courage to ask that first random question. Method 13. The ISO play. If you often find yourself in a large group and feel overwhelmed by the pressure to talk to everyone, this method is for you. An ISO play in basketball is a strategy where a player targets the easiest defender and takes them on one-on-one. You can apply this in real life by finding someone in the group who isn't talking much and starting a side conversation with them. If possible, make up an excuse to pull them aside, like asking for their help with something. This approach makes them feel special and important. Over time, if you do this with everyone in the group, you'll gradually get to know everyone reasonably well. Method 14. Act like you're already friends. There's a saying, asterisk, if you go looking to find friends, you'll find very few. But if you go looking to be a friend, you'll find many. Asterisk, instead of waiting for people to treat you like a friend, take the initiative and treat them like one as soon as you meet them. Skip the awkward small talk stage and jump straight to acting like you've known them for ages. Light up when you see them, playfully tease them, use their name often, pat them on the back, or engage in playful banter. Essentially, treat them like someone you're already close with. This is an incredibly effective method, but be mindful, it can come off as over the top if not done carefully. Method 15. The activity buddy. When meeting someone new, ask them about something they've always wanted to do but haven't gotten around to. Then offer to do that activity with them. This creates a natural way to hang out without seeming too eager, as it's framed as helping them achieve something they want. Plus, it provides a perfect excuse to exchange numbers. It's a strategy that works well with almost everyone. And that's it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.